Hi everyone, it's me Tyrion. Welcome to Snap. I've got a really fun story and a pretty silly song planned for today. I'll start with the story. This story is called Pumpkin and the Seeds. So, once upon a time, Pumpkin the penguin, Alice the alligator, and their friend George were walking through a beautiful garden. Now, as amazing as the garden was, the most incredible thing about it was that Pumpkin's uncle had planted the entire thing himself. Pumpkin gave his friends the whole tour. "Here are all the apple trees," Pumpkin said. All three friends tried a crispy apple. "It's so sweet," said Alice. They walked further into the garden. "These are the blueberry bushes," said Pumpkin. All three friends tried a little blueberry. "It's sort of tangy," George noticed. Finally, Pumpkin led his friends to the very center of the garden. "And these are all the tomatoes and peppers," Pumpkin said. They each tried a pepper. "Delicious," said Alice. "Spicy," said George. "And that's the whole garden," said Pumpkin. "It's so cool," his friends said. "Pumpkin, I was wondering, how did your uncle make this whole garden?" asked Alice. "Well," said Pumpkin. And then he realized that he didn't know the answer. So they went inside to ask Pumpkin's uncle, who was preparing to make a pie when they burst in. "Uncle David," said Pumpkin, "how did you grow all the plants in your garden?" Pumpkin's uncle picked an apple up off the counter and cut it cleanly in half with a kitchen knife. He pulled a seed out of the core. While the three friends looked down at the tiny black pod, Pumpkin's uncle explained what it was. Every fruit and vegetable has seeds, and when you plant those seeds in the ground, they grow into trees and vines and bushes for more plants and vegetables to grow on. So to grow my garden, I planted a bunch of seeds in the ground, watered them every day, waited very patiently, and watched them grow into a garden. Pumpkin's uncle picked another seed up off the counter. "If you plant this in the ground and you wait very patiently, pretty soon you can have a garden of your own," he said. George's house was closest. Pumpkin, Alice, and George raced down the street and asked George's parents if it was all right for them to dig a hole in the backyard. George's dad gave them a thumbs up. Alice dug a little hole, Pumpkin put the seed in, and George filled the hole in again. They watched the dirt for 2 hours. Nothing happened. The next day, they came back to watch some more. Just like the first day, nothing happened. At first, the friends thought they had gotten a seed that wasn't able to grow. But Pumpkin remembered what his uncle had said, that to grow a garden, he had planted seeds in the ground, watered them every day, and waited very patiently. Even though it was hard to wait for so long, Pumpkin decided that if his uncle could be patient, he could be patient too. And his friends agreed. "Maybe we could find ways to pass the time," said George. "That's a great idea," said Alice. So every day for the rest of the week, the three friends started their afternoon by watering the patch of dirt in George's backyard, and then going on to play all sorts of games. They played jump rope, badminton, rock, paper, scissors, and tag. George taught his friends how to do a handstand. Alice read books to Pumpkin and George. They were so busy having fun that it felt like no time at all before they had their very own full-size start to a garden. Pumpkin smiled when he realized that his uncle had given him a pumpkin seed. Pretty soon the pumpkin was huge, and one summer afternoon, after a long day of handstands, tag, and badminton, the three friends enjoyed a pumpkin pie picnic in George's backyard. And it was delicious. The end. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Now, last week, I told my story and sang my song outside, and I had so much fun, but there was one silly thing that kept happening. Let me show you. A mosquito landed on my hand. This would be right there. That's where it was. Okay, he's running the show now. Now, even though the bugs were very friendly, I found that I was scared of them. It's always okay to be scared, but sometimes when I'm scared of something, I like to ask a lot of questions about it and read all about it, and then I find that it wasn't so scary after all. So the song I wrote for today is about reading books about bugs, all day long. The song is called Books About Bugs. Let me get my guitar. Great, okay, here we go. I'm not coming into work, no. If I work, I'll do it from home. There's nowhere I'd rather go. I'll be reading books all day then. When I'm done, I'll read them again. After that, I'll read them again. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, every day. These are the days of the week that I spend reading books, and the books that I read, they'll tend to be books about bugs, books about bugs, books about bugs, books about bugs. When I'm not reading my books, I'm thinking of reading my books, and the books that I read are all books about bugs, books about bugs, books about bugs, books about bugs. Did you know that bugs don't have lungs? Did you know that pill bugs aren't bugs? Have you seen the slime from a slug? There's so much I want to know, like how do fireflies glow? Where do the butterflies go? Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, every day. These are the days of the week that I spend reading books, and the books that I read, they'll tend to be books about bugs, books about bugs, books about bugs, books about bugs. If you have a book about bugs, can I read it? Your book about bugs, I can wait if you need it. Your book about bugs, book about bugs, book about bugs, book about bugs. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.